What is going on, beautiful people? For the first time this season, the DSG boys are doing a pregame podcast. We're not going to just talk about, the game that's starting in about 40 minutes. We're going to go over a couple last series before, we get into it. But Mike Devine, how we living, Papa?
Living good, man. Nice little series win for the Pods. Some situational hitting yesterday, which hasn't happened too much this year. So it was a good thing to see. And Tatis looks like he got his aura back yesterday. So I'm hoping we've seen Tatis look like he's got his aura back before. I'm hoping we see a little bit of a stretch, a good stretch going into the All-Star break. Also, we need it. This is a 10-game homestand before the All-Star break. We play the D-backs for 4. D-backs, listen, they're no slouch. It's even though they've had some injuries, they've had tough injury luck. Ketel's a dog.
He's hurt today. He got scratched.
No way.
Yeah, he got scratched. And Shelby Miller, their best reliever, just went on the IL with a forearm strain.
So, you Darvish pitching tonight. I need a win.
We need a win. We're at the season, guys. Congrats. We've made it. We're at the time to fucking put up, bro. I don't want to be like, oh, dude, we're second half team, all this stuff. It's the second half. We're literally a week away from the All-Star game. Then we get that series back starting that Friday. It's the second half, bro. It's time. Hey, this is the time. We're in the end game a little bit. It's time to lock in. We got little less than half a season left. I'm starting to see a little, I'm starting to feel it a little bit. I'm starting to feel it. Something clicked last night. Maybe it was the 2-out, hitting with runners in scoring position. Maybe it was Kyle Hart coming from, El Paso to give us 11 up, 11 down. All 4 of our beast bullpen arms, as in Jerry, Morejon, Jason Adam, Robert Suarez, looked untouchable. Tatis hitting that huge double. That's my club. And I texted you that. That's my team, bro. Like, that is the team that I know. I feel like, the last month, 2 months of Padres baseball have been pretty boring, dude. Pretty boring. Not a lot of hitting, not a lot of VAR. Something I feel like last night, and a guy I got to give a shout out to who had, I think, the MVP of the series against the Rangers at least. Jay Cronenworth, man. Crone Daddy. Crone Daddy's having himself a little bit of a year. I think he's a top 10 second baseman in baseball.
100%.
And, he's starting to rake a little bit. Hey, rake Cronenworth. Maybe not that many bombs, but that walk-off on Friday. And then he came through yesterday with a couple big knocks.
We've said it a lot. Too. We've said it a lot that Crone last year as a first baseman, Crone doesn't hit enough bombs to be a first baseman. Crone is a second baseman. That's a real good baseball player. That's what he came up as. That's what he got paid as after 2022, 2023. That's what he got paid as. He got paid as a second baseman. He's back at second. He looks great. Hitting lefties, which I think is the biggest thing. Like, I think it's almost like I feel like he's hitting lefties better than he's hitting righties this year. He's hitting lefties that well.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still a couple situational hits. Puts a bandage over some of the holes that we got going on here, but they're still there. I think there's still a lot of work that this team can do deadline-wise. You got to get a left fielder. You got to get a catcher. I think what's interesting, and I don't think that the D-backs will ever trade in division, but this is a move. This is a series that can force the D-backs into being sellers.
100%.
Right? So you take, even if they're not trading to us, you're taking one team in the division out of the race if you can handle business this week, essentially, right? You're going in. Ketel got scratched. Shelby Miller's out, right? As you mentioned, Corbin Burns is out. They're on life support. And a good team, if the Padres are a good team, they handle business on a team that is, clearly going through some struggles. And this is kind of the stretch right now. I feel like we're starting to figure out who's going to be the sellers. These borderline teams, are you going to sell, right? So if the Pods can tread water until last 2 weeks of July and be in a good spot, 7 or above games 500, I feel really good. This team does this. I think we've said it too. This team should not be 7 games above 500. Like realistically, in my opinion, I think they should be closer to 500.
Yeah.
Their team, with the way they've played the last 2 months. So to be 7 games above 500 and you're not necessarily playing good, that's really solid.
Well, it's what's crazy is Jackson Merrill is hitting like you, and Tatis was hitting like me for about 2 months. We have Martin Maldonado and Elias Diaz, which is, as a duo, the worst catching duo in baseball. We have no left fielder. And somehow, some way, the boys are still hanging in there. And we got to give them some credit. We got to give credit where credit's due. Manny Machado putting the team on his back. Stephen Kolick, Ryan Burgett, Randy Vasquez, these guys. And now we're starting to get some guys back. Guys, the VAR, if you don't feel it, I felt it last night. And pause. When I feel something, I feel something, right? I felt it, bro. I was like, something was clicking last night. You announced yesterday that Tatis makes an all-star game. Didn't expect that. He is the typical, you could not pick a more plays with his heart on his shoulder player, or is that what it is?
Heart on his sleeve.
Heart on his sleeve, Jesus. Plays with his heart on his sleeve guy than Fernando Tatis Jr. He goes on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, has the best game, gets interviewed by that chick after the game. Interview sucked, but you start feeling, all right, Toddy's back. You get a huge homestand before you go into the All-Star break. We're not playing in Cincinnati. We're not playing in these bullshit towns. You're at home. Every game's going to be sold out this entire week. This is when the offense starts cooking a little bit. Also, AJ Preller, if you could see him last night, man, it's obvious we're buying. Even if we have a bad week, we're buying. AJ Preller does not believe in selling unless you're really ass. And we're not that ass. Braden Soprenin on the Braden Soprenin show earlier today said, and I really like this, and I think this is going to be how I look at it going forward. If you are in a spot where the Padres are at, which is if the season ended today, they're in the playoffs. You got to buy, even if you're a little close. Baseball, Manny Machado turned 33 yesterday. He's not getting any younger. It's not like Manny's going to be 29 next year. No, he's going to be 34. So if you have a shot right now, fuck it, send it. And I see people talking about Jarren Duran. We're going to talk a little bit about who I think we should get. But man, dude, I don't know what it was last night, bro. Like that was the most fun I've had watching this team in a long time, man. A long time.
Let me give you a little bit of everyone knows this, right? We've talked about it before. Last year, Pods 50-50 mid-season coming up on the deadline, right?
Yeah.
50-50. Pods are 48-41 right now. Pods bought last year. They should buy again this year. Obviously, from a prospect standpoint, not the deepest pool of prospects to trade, but we've talked about it before. One, the prospects are looking good. Cash Mayfield and Boston Bateman are striking out a lot of guys in single A. Those guys are projects. That is fine. Those are guys you trade.
Yeah.
Leo DeVries, again, the only one in that system that I think is a must keep. Everybody else, if the price is right, I'm like fine with trading. Don't get me wrong. Like I'd love to see some of these guys come up as pods. I'm not sure how sustainable the continuous overturn is, especially when the team gets older. But right now, why not?
Wait, Mike. I got to look at this comment. This is the meanest comment I think anyone's ever said. Eric, Mies looks like Prince Charming compared to Basement Matt. Eric, come on, man.
Jesus Christ.
Eric, is that Chris Bryan in a Komodo?
Also,
Eric, come on, bro.
That's Justin Turner, I believe, in a Komoko.
Eric, come on, bro. I'm just trying to vibe out. We're trying to give good content, and I'm getting fried.
Let's. I think Brady has been commenting this about 50 times. We can exchange a Merrill for PCA. So here's a couple things. Cubs are never trading PCA. 2, everybody needs to take a deep breath on Jackson Merrill. Okay, don't get me wrong. The amount of times I've texted Matt in the last 4 weeks, Merrill's ass, quite a bit. That being said, there's about 3 balls, maybe 4, that he's hit that should probably have been home runs. He roped them. He's got about 5 warning track flyouts. If 3 of those go over, his OPS instead of being 750 is probably 840. So he's going to be fine. He's striking out a lot. Guy needs the all-star break. It's pretty clear as day. Give him a couple days off. If there's one thing about Jackson Merrill that I'm not worried about, and the reason I'm not worried about him is because he cares.
Yeah, 100%.
He's 22 years old. People forget. He had that season last year at 21. I sat down today in the office. Hopefully no one from my company is watching, but for a good 30 minutes, I went on Baseball Savant, and you can click on the bubbles of where they hit homers, and I was just watching his home runs. The amount of home runs that guy hit post All-Star break or post start of July was absurd. I think he went into July with like 8 homers. He finished with 24 homers. Let the kid get hot. Once he starts to find his swing again, he'll be back.
Dude, he's chilling.
He's in his first MLB slump. It happens.
Mike, every player goes through slumps. Obviously, Jackson's dealt with some injuries too. People, ye of little faith, a.k.a. ye of little memory, don't remember that in April, Jackson Merrill was looking like the MVP of not just the Padres, of baseball. Yeah. Has a little injury against the Cubs, goes on the IL, comes back, hits a little bit when he first came back, and then he kind of slowed down, gets a concussion. He's been going through it a little bit. If you don't believe in this dude who's 22 years old, it's not like I saw people saying, and I know we texted about this. They're like, oh, he's James Outman. The disrespect to say he's James Outman. Guys, also, this is our dude. We got Merrill for a decade. You got to ride with him. Guess what? Does it suck when he's chasing the high fastballs? Absolutely. You know who's even more mad than Mike, Matt, Boingo, Trav Gundy, Daily Stories, everybody in the chat? You know who's more mad about this?
Jackson
fucking Merrill. And guess what? Good players figure it out. I bet you Jackson Merrill's in the cage every single second he can right now. He's going to figure it out. Good players figure it out. If this was a guy who has a, career 660 OPS, then I'd be like, we might be fucked. Jackson Merrill is a great baseball player. We're not worrying about him. This might be spin zone optimism DSG. They win one series and now he's thinking they're going to win the World Series, whatever. But I believe this. You give me career average Tatis at like an 840 OPS. You give me Jackson Merrill at an 830 OPS. They play like that for the rest of the season. We'll finish either 4th or 5th. You add a left fielder with a little bit of pop and a catcher that has a 720 OPS and can actually catch the ball. This team can win a World Series 100%. If Michael King can come back, which if you listen to the interview today, I'll be honest, hand up. If you listen to this show, I thought Michael King was absolutely fried. One of the reasons why I'm extremely excited, I'm always excited for Padres games, but I really want to see how Darvish looks tonight. If Darvish can give us some good innings second half of the season and Michael King can come back, maybe get one more arm. Guys,
so I'm going to tell you what.
It's looking like a second half team. People are asking what catchers are available. Mike, I'll let you go, and then let's talk a little trades.
Yeah. What I was going to say is I do think if Darvish comes back and stays healthy, right, maybe makes the next 2 to 3 starts, I think Dylan Cease should go. I think that you can trade Dylan Cease and get value back. Again, I don't know if it's not like it's like a give and take. Like you can sell a little bit, buy a little bit, and be better off. I think a Dylan Cease, Robert Suarez package is actually pretty valuable for some of these teams. I don't think you should trade them to the NL, but
I think they should trade. You think you should trade them together?
I think that's the most value you could get. Do I think if you trade, I genuinely think you're looking for a left field bat, right? I genuinely think if you trade to the Yankees, if you give Dylan Cease and Robert Suarez to the Yankees, a team that's desperate right now for pitching both relievers, Luke Weaver is coming back down to earth. They're desperate for relievers and they're desperate for a starter. And the Yankees have some prospects in that system, man. I'm going to be honest. I think you could trade Dylan Cease and Robert Suarez and you could get Spencer Jones, who right now has hit like 9 homers in AAA. And
he's a San Diego guy.
And he's a San Diego guy. That guy could realistically, I mean, is he going to be worse than, no disrespect, Bryce Johnson in left field? At least he has power. At least he has power, and he has a 1,000 OPS. I think that there's some potential there.
You see, Juan commented, according to AJ Casabell, incredibly unlikely they trade anyone on the 40-man.
That's ridiculous.
I think what's going to happen is this, Mike, and for better or for worse, something clicked with me last night. I saw Preller when he looked like he was about to fall asleep. I know that guy's been on the phones all day. They're going all in this year, bro. They're going to trade every possible prospect not named Leo, I think, at the deadline. I think Salas is gone 100%. I'm starting to think that anyone that we can get, with a little bit of control. I wouldn't trade Ethan Salas right now. I think his value as a prospect is as low as it's obviously been since he's been in the bigs. I am a little nervous, though. What's up with the no update? This guy's been out since May. I haven't heard anything. Like, if a team is down to give us a legit guy that might help us in the next 2 years, 3 years, like a legit bat, adios. And if Ethan Salas turns into Keibert Ruiz, congrats. Like, what do you think? What do you think Ethan Salas is going to turn into, guys? Oh, he's a great catcher. It's like awesome, but like, is he better than Hunter Goodman's going to be? No, Hunter Goodman wasn't a fucking top 100 prospect. You can find if you get a college. Hey, I think if a team's willing to take Salas and we can get something back for him that will help this team try to win a championship this year or next year, you send it. The only guy that I don't want to trade, and I wouldn't even say don't want to, because I think there's actually a lot of good players in our farm right now. I think Humberto Cruz is going to be a dog, but the only guy I don't want to trade is Leo. That's it.
So, question for you. I saw Kyle Stowers' name get thrown in the chat. Marlins, again, they're not competing for a little bit. Like, Kyle Stowers is a dog. They're not going to be a significant force in the MLB for at least another 3 years, probably, right? If they're going to be good. They have a lot of prospects. They're not really spending a lot of money. What does a trade package for Kyle Stowers probably cost you at this point?
I would love Kyle Stowers, but we could have gotten Kyle Stowers last year.
I'm with you. I'm just asking now.
I think with Kyle Stowers, Joe Adell, who we could also gotten this offseason. Shout out the DSG for saying we should have gotten this offseason.
That's a great DSG take, by the way.
I think for Kyle Stowers, who would be awesome, another lefty, unfortunately, but still, it doesn't really matter that much. Kyle Stowers is going to cost a lot. If you're the Marlins, you're like, hey, man, I got this really good fucking all-star player on a rookie deal. Why would I trade him right now?
Yeah.
Like, unless you're giving me back a top 30 guy, top 30 prospect. Like, why would you trade him right now unless you think, hey, this guy's fluking his way through a season right now? I think, guys, I tweeted earlier today, and I know people are saying, oh, but what about the money? Fuck the money, dude. I want these guys to spend every last dollar. It's going to be another sold-out game today. Sammy Lev tweets every night, 39 sellout of the year, 40th sellout of the year. Spend some fucking money, boys. The banana pudding's selling out. We need a left fielder. I'm trying to win a ring. Do you think if we go and get Luis Robert and he balls out for us, anyone will care? Oh, man, he's got a $20 million player option this year. Guys, we're paying Joe Musgrove $20 million to do fucking Saquon ads every single game this year. Come on. Guys, this is Eric Hosmer's making $13 million to be a Savannah banana. Get me Luis Robert. Andrew Vaughn today, Mike. I'm telling you, I'm at the gym. And I'm at the gym. I'm on the treadmill. And I'm walking. And I'm watching the Dodgers White Sox games. Yama Meatball's in there. He hangs I think he hangs a curve or something. And Andrew Vaughn, first AB as a Brewer, goes yard. Name another Brewer that's doing pretty, or former White Sox that's doing pretty well right now, Mike, on the San Diego Padres.
Gavin Sheets.
Maybe a change of scenery isn't the worst thing when you're on the worst fucking team in baseball. Maybe you bring Luis Robert into San Diego for the second half of the season. If he sucks, guys, it's a mutual option. We can let him go. People are saying the White Sox are going to pay people to get Luis Robert off their hands. You go and you get this guy. It's not going to cost you Salas. It's not going to cost you Leo DeVries. It might not even cost you Boston Bateman. It might cost you Kavaris Tears. It might cost you a Cobb Hightower. It's not going to cost you that much. And you get Luis Robert. Guys, listen to our lineup today. I'm showing you the San Diego Padres lineup. And I've said this on the podcast before, but I'm starting to get hyped because I really do think if Tatis turns it on, Merrill gets back to normal. And listen to this lineup. Tatis, Merrill, Machado, Arise, Sheets, Bogarts, Cronenworth, Trenton Brooks, Martin Maldonado. Now listen to this lineup. Fernando Tatis Jr., Jackson Merrill, Manny Machado, Luis Arise, Luis Robert, Gavin Sheets, Xander Bogarts, Jake Cronenworth, and like a Joey Bart. Doesn't have to be anyone crazy. That you see that team, Mike, you see that team in the playoffs with Michael King on the fucking bump. That's a good
squad.
That team can win it all. That team can win it all. I'm all in on buying now. Honestly, fuck it. You only live once, man. And our prospects are all 3 years away. Oh, man, the Pods. Also, none of these guys are going to be James Wood. Maybe Leo will be like a really good player, but he's not going to be James Wood. We already gave away the guy of the next like 15 years. Like, we are not going to trade any prospect better than James Wood now. So, guys, guess what? When you realized you already gave up, you're like, oh, man, I already gave up the worst thing. Fuck it. I'm just going to keep doubling down. Right? You got to keep gambling, bro. You already lost. We already lost the trade. We already lost the big trade. Keep doubling down. Keep doubling down. People are saying Marcell Ozuna, obviously off the field, Ozuna not a great guy. I will say on the field, he's the perfect guy. Him or like him, he would be a Ozuna batting fourth on this team, man.
The only issue with Ozuna,
I think he's hurt, low key.
The only issue,
also he's a bad guy.
One, he's hurt. Two, he's a bad dude. Three, he can't play the field. We need a left fielder. I don't want Gavin Sheets playing left in a playoff game, dude. I just can't have it. I agree. I think that's the move.
Also, Luis Robert, Mike, would lead the Pods in steals right now. He's special, dog. He's special. Guys, I think, and I know AJ, and if you don't get Luis Robert, you know who else you get me?
Who?
Alabama.
So I have a trade for you right now because there's a pitcher that's cooking on the White Sox that's a free agent after this season.
Yeah, you go get him.
Adrian Hauser.
We could have gotten him.
Listen, Adrian Hauser and Luis Robert. Luis Robert, they want to pay off. Adrian Hauser is a free agent, so he's a rental. The White Sox aren't doing shit this year. They're going to win another 55 games. Why not see what you can get, dude? I would be more than fine saying, all right, we're going to take these guys and we're going to give you Boston Bateman and David Morgan or something. Like I'm fine with that. I'm fine with giving them some value for guys that can help us win right now.
Oh no, that's Savali who they got off waivers. That's my bad.
Adrian Hauser has 2.5 WAR right now. He's got 8 starts. He has a 1.6 ERA. That is a guy that comes over and he's a back-end starter for the team, and he's going to help lead this squad to the postseason.
You see what Jed just said? Just saw Preller. Guys.
Guy's always on his phone. That dude's battery. He's got to have the Moki on the back.
I thought about this before we started the stream, Mike, and I was just like, bro, this is the best time of the year because we know. Hey, I don't know if these trades are going to work out or if they're not, but we're going to make some fucking moves. We aren't one of these teams that sits on their ass and everyone's like, oh man, if only we would have gotten a left fielder. We're going to make some moves. A lot of our moves have not worked out. Some of them have been fantastic moves. No one talks about who we traded for fucking Blake Snell.
True.
No one. Hey, Owen Cassie's still not in the bigs, guys. Darvish has been a pod for like 5 years, it feels like. Guys, you look, it's like, hey, AJ Preller's a wheeler and dealer. Sometimes when you gamble, you lose, but sometimes you win. And guess what? Right now, looking at this Padres team, you give me a healthy Manny Machado might get his 2,000th hit tonight. Fernando Tatis Jr. just got named an all-star. Jackson Merrill's having the worst stretch of his career, and we're 7 games above 500 in a playoff spot right now. You make a couple moves, man, and the place is going to be sold the fuck out. And I'm going to be there Friday. If anyone's going to the game, I'll be there. Modelo's on. Maybe I can't say that to too many people. But I don't know, man. I'm starting to get hype. I like the Adrian.
Adrian Hauser, Luis Robert, and Mike Tauchman for depth. Give me it. I have Mike Tauchman on my fantasy team. The dude's a demon. 810 OPS, can play any outfield position. 1 year more of control as well. It is funny that we're looking to improve our team and we're looking at one of the worst teams to try to take players from. But that's baseball, baby. Yeah. Give me some of their good players. We'll give them some prospects that, knowing the White Sox, unfortunately, they won't pan out. So we might be screwing these kids, right? And so apologies for these prospects, but
like Gyro, Iriarte, Drew Thorpe.
Yeah, like it's the way it is. It's the way it is. So
we need a catcher, Mike. We got 15 minutes left, maybe like 13, because I know people want to watch the game. We need a catcher. I know people are saying Brandon Valenzuela or whatever in AA. He's got like a 780 OPS in AA, and maybe worth a shot. What are we gonna do? Because we can't have Connor Wong's bad. What I'm trying to think. Okay, and I see people saying Shea Langeliers. That would be awesome, but he's gonna cost too much.
2030 it has control till 2030. That's gonna be insanely steep.
I might do a playback for a couple innings because, but I'm not sure. Sean Murphy, just saw player re-upped his booger shirt.
Let's see.
I see Sean Murphy. I see Shea Langeliers. You mentioned Gary Sanchez, who's actually one of the worst, if not the worst, defensive catcher in baseball right now.
Can hit.
I think, and Kevin Acee wrote this in his article today. He said, "Oh, the Rangers players, something about the Rangers players leaving, but some of them might be back in a couple weeks." Is it too crazy to say if the Rangers pay a little bit off of his contract because he hasn't been great for them? You go and bring Higgy back. That guy loves playing in San Diego, man.
I don't think that's crazy to say that at all.
You add Higgy to that lineup, and then you get Luis Robert. That's a sick team. We made a mistake letting Higgy go. I don't care what his stats are. There are some players that are meant to be on a team. Jurickson Profar is a perfect example. People thought Jurickson Profar was going to be playing in Japan when he was on the Rockies. Comes back to San Diego, becomes an all-star. Obviously had a little bit of help, but he became an all-star again. Don't pay for Higgy. He's done. Guys,
Higgy's not done.
Would skyrocket. That's Higgy. Elias Diaz isn't a bad backup catcher. Martin Maldonado, great hit yesterday. Probably shouldn't be in the bigs anymore. We need a catcher. If you can get, he's the first ever. He is the mewing cat. That I'm taking that, bro. Higgy's a Petco merchant. Higgy is meant to be a pod, bro. I'm telling you. He had 5 ribbies on Saturday. When was the last time a pod has had 5 ribbies?
That's a good point.
Bro, the players love him. The fans love him. Yeah, 36-year-old Higgy's totally going to help. Guys, have you ever heard of VAR, man? You can listen to the nerd podcast all you want. Oh, well, it's Woba when he's only bounding 40. Shut up. I watch with my eyes. Higgy's meant to be a pod. He's meant to be a pod. You think he wants to play in St. Texas? Ain't no Oldham. No, bro. He's a pod.
Maybe this was AJ's plan all along. Let Higgy go get his money, have the other team pay off a bunch of it, and then bring him back as a Padre for essentially pennies on the dime.
I'm telling you, listen to this lineup. You add Luis Robert in left and then Higgy catching. Dogs, bro.
That's sweet.
Adrian Hauser as our 3, as our Martin Perez type.
Higgy's issue, right, in Texas was that he was brought in to somewhat be a guy, right? That's a different level of pressure than Higgy had last year when he comes over as a throw-in.
Yeah.
So you have to earn the love from the fan base when you join a team like that and you're getting paid. The one thing he never would have to earn if he comes back to San Diego is the love from the fan base. The fan base loves him. I'm shocked he didn't get a full standing O where he takes the helmet off and waves it around for 1 season as a pod.
People are saying Jonah Heim. Why would I want the other catcher on the Rangers? I want our guy. Guys, VAR, if you haven't seen that VAR is people, I think someone commented, which was funny. I think it was like an older person that follows. He's like, I've never heard of this VAR thing until like 2 years ago. Like what, like where can I look it up? All this stuff. If you haven't watched the San Diego Padres of the last 2 months compared to the first month, yeah, you could say, oh, it's all this and that. It's like, no, bro. You need to play with vibes, bro. It's not fun. The Toronto Blue Jays right now, do I think the Toronto Blue Jays are that much better than the Padres? I don't. But they have insane VAR, dude. I think they think they're gonna win every single game. They're giving me 2024 Pods energy. And I think the Pods can get back there. I saw the last series. I saw something. Henry Davis, I have heard Preller's a big Henry Davis fan. I have heard that. If you could get Higgy's going to cost a fucking, number 19 prospect? We could, guys, I don't know, man. All I know is it is a good feeling knowing AJ Preller is going to make some moves. And we're going to, either be like, Preller's the GOAT, statue outside the stadium, or what a Nimrod. And that's what being a baseball fan's all about, bro. Like, that's the fun shit. We got a game tonight. Darvish on the bump. What do you think his stat line is going to be?
I mean, a classic Darvish stat line. He'll probably go 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 earned runs would be my guess.
I was going to say around there. I 75 pitches. I'd say maybe a 4 2/3, 4 1/3.
Is that what his limit is today? 75?
Yeah, 75. We really need him to be healthy, because if we get a couple good Darvish starts, then we really get some possibilities going. I had heard from someone, and maybe it's just because, and this might be my issue. If I don't see someone pitch for a couple of days, I start thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe they're actually like better than I remembered, right? So Dylan Cease is a perfect example. He hasn't pitched in like 4 games or 3 games. I'm like, man, maybe Dylan Cease is a second half guy, right? Like you start thinking like that. And it seems like they're not going to be selling. We really need Cease to fucking be good, dude. We need Cease, because it's not even in the playoffs. Because in the playoffs, if we have a healthy Darvish and a healthy King, and you maybe get like a Adrian Hauser type or someone that can eat some innings, we'll be fine. I just need him. I just need him to be just for my sake, so that when he ends his season career as a Pod, we don't look back and are like, F that guy. Because right now I'm kind of like, dude, this guy. Someone explained it to me like, when you have a friend that like should be doing better in life, but like they're just kind of shooting themselves in the foot, and you're like, dude, you're better than this. Dylan Cease is better than what he's shown this year. Like, you could see it. That first 3 innings against the Dodgers, he was like the nastiest pitcher I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I'm really going with this, but what we got? 5 minutes left. You got anything else? You think Manny gets the? You think Manny hits the 2000 tonight?
Yeah, I think Manny hits the 2000th. I'll give you my prediction. It's a home run. Manny's 2000th hit is a homer. That's my take tonight.
Little ding ding.
Ding dong. What about you?
That. I think he gets it tonight. I saw people tweeting this, and I thought it was funny. It's like he didn't want to have Eduardo Perez call his, he's like, I want Don and Mud. Manny hitting his 2000th would be awesome. We need a good start out of you.
Eduardo
Going forward, we got to win it. I mean, we should always win every series, but now it's like, hey, it's time to put up or shut up. There's 3 spots and about 6 teams going for these wildcard spots. And it looks like we're all in. So if we're going all in, every game counts. Can't be giving up any games. Can't be doing this. We got Darvish, Pivetta, Cease, Randy V against a hurt Diamondbacks team with a little pop. You got to take 3 or 4. If you don't take 3 or 4 at home, not looking good, especially with the Phillies, who sadly own us, coming to town. Got to take 3 or 4. Got to try to win the series this weekend. DSG will be there. At least one half of the DSG will be there. Should be a good ep. Mies, any last words before you go?
No, you said you're announcing the B-Day gift on the show.
Oh, yes.
B-Day gift.
So chat. We got 115 people in here. we got a birthday coming up tomorrow, July
Amen.
8th. Mike Devine's birthday, everybody. Hey, cheers. Happy birthday to you. And I told him I would announce the birthday gift for Mike Devine on this stream. And I'm going to do it right now. Drum roll, please. Mike Devine will be going to SummerSlam, or not SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
Get out of here.
Survivor Series in
Let's
San Diego.
go, dude.
Day after Thanksgiving. Me and Me's. I'm gonna buy us both tickets.
Let's go, dude. That's so hype.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
WWE, baby. Gonna
Dude,
go watch our boy
insane.
Dom Mysterio
At the snap.
at the snap. If you're gonna be there, maybe we do a little DSG wrestling meetup beforehand.
Dude.
But
That's
should
so
be a good.
hype.
It should be a good one. Tickets go on sale on Friday, so I'm gonna buy you a.
Let's go, man. Hell yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah. All right, chat. Love you guys. Go Pods. Let's win a ball game today. Happy birthday, Mies.